So welcome to the another day, guys. So today we are going to discuss about Python list. So in our previous videos we have discussed about control flow and logical operators, arithmetic operators and all in our previous days. So if you haven't watched that recording, please go and watch those videos. So today we will be continuing with our topics, that is list and tuple. So today we will complete the list and tuple inside Python, and there are one part inside control flow that I have not completed in the previous video, because in that part list was used. That's why I thought first I will teach you list here. In between I'll go back to that notebook and complete the rest of the part. Okay, so that we can connect with all the notebooks. Okay, great. So let's start with this notebook that is all about list. Again, this notebook will be shared with you. You guys can access it as per your usage. So let's discuss about what is list inside Python. So a list is Python's most versatile and widely used data structure. So there are multiple data structures available inside Python. And what does it mean, a data structure? Like the name itself can explain you what does it mean, a data structure, but still I am telling you the way you structure your data, the way you store your data, that is the data structure that we talk about. So inside Python, list is one of the most versatile topic that you need to know, because this knowledge will help you to know further about numpy pandas that we do in the future. So these things are connected with that topic. Okay, that's how we need to know about that. And you can think list like list, you can think it of like as a container that holds multiple items in a specific order. So far, if you guys can recall whatever things we did, what we were doing, we were writing like name equals to Tanmay, or we were doing age equals to 10, we were doing city equals to Kolkata, like this, right? We were doing things like this. But what about the case when you need to store multiple values in your one variable? So such cases, list, tuple, dictionary, data structure come into the picture. And today we discuss about two of them. So there are multiple properties of list that we discuss. Again, I'm just giving you the glimpse about the list thing, how it looks like, how it works, and later again through coding we will understand it again. So they're property called ordered. So items have a fixed position. So whenever you create any list inside Python, each item inside the list has some fixed position. Like here you can see 10, 20, 30. So 10 is at position 0, 20 is at position 1, 30 is at position 2. What is index I discuss, but just this is for your overview about the topic. Then mutable, which is a very important topic and very good thing for interviews. You can change, add or remove items. Lists are mutable. You can change it, you can add multiple things if you want, you can remove things if you want. Again, I'll discuss. Allow duplicates. List allow duplicate values inside it. So you can keep like multiple values, duplicates like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, like that. Mixed type. List can hold multiple data type values like 42, which is an integer, hello, which is a string, true, which is a boolean, 3.14, which is a float. So it supports multiple data type values that you can keep inside of it. Dynamic size grows and shrinks as needed. So it's not that your list can have fixed number of values. You can keep your list empty, you can keep your list with one value, you can keep your list with 100 value, you can keep your list with 1 lakh value. There's no limit. As far as you want, you can extend it, no issues. Okay, again, this is the visual representation of indexing. Right now I will not explain, I'll explain when it comes. Okay, great. So let's talk about creating lists, how we can create a list inside Python. So there are several ways to create a list and we'll talk about all of them. Again, example 2.1, creating lists in different ways. What are the ways? Again, what I always do, I always write Though I'll use the same example, I still write in front of you so that you guys get that feeling. So first I'm defining one empty list. Empty means it does not have any values inside it. Empty list, and I just simply print empty list. Just copy paste. I have a bad habit of copy pasting, please don't mind. Execute the code. Yeah, so I created one empty list, a list which does not have anything. You can create an empty list like this. If I want, I can have a list where I have values like this, values like 10, 20, 12, 33, 12, like this, and I'm simply printing it now values. So this is how you can keep integers together, like the same example shown here. Then you can keep strings, like you can keep Vanshika, okay, I can keep Mohsina, I can keep my name, I can keep Monica, okay. If I want, I can keep values like this. Again, you can keep multiple strings if you want to. Then list of floats if you want to. Floats. Again, see, if I write float now, you know, right, this is Python's inbuilt, so I cannot create any variable name like this. I have to floats, so floats is fine. Then 10.2, 23.4, 90.4, print like this. Okay. Then mixed type. So mixed type example, same, mixed. So I can keep my name, my age, then no, sorry, not this, yeah. So Shomadev's name, I don't know his age, but I just thinking it's 15, no, 22, not that bacha. Okay, fine. So this is mixed data type. Then I can keep something like the value of pi, like that. Okay, and now sorry, yeah. So now what I can do is simply print it mixed. So if you want, you can have names like this. Okay, so it can contain mixed data type as I've shown here. You can do true also. See, boolean, float, integer, string, integer, string. So this is the example that I discussed here. Same thing. All right. Now let's talk about the further thing. So creating list using list constructor. Okay. So again, list constructor is another way how you can create list. Okay. So if I really show you that, let's say I'm defining something called cats equals to list. You can see the color of list is coming this way, right? Simply it means that it is inbuilt inside Python. Python wrote the code for it. So I can write my name and I can simply print it. See, it has converted my name into list. If you want to convert it like that, you can do that. Another example with a range. So what is range? It is a good time to talk about range. So if I say range, like this is the range example. Okay, I'll discuss range. So in the range, what we mention, what is the range of values I want? So I'm saying I want values from 1 till 10. Let's just execute. You will not see anything. It is saying range 1 to 10. Same thing it has shown. But if I now say in the list constructor here, and I'm getting the values from 1 till the 10. But wait a minute, I got values from 1 to 9. How is that happened? So inside Python, everything starts from 0. Everything, any counting you are trying to start in Python, it starts from 0. So if it starts from 0, then in Python, it always subtract 1 from the end value because it starts from 0. So why this is the logic. Even I explain that first. Let's say you are saying I want values, I want 10 values. let's say we're saying like this. So inside a range, if you pass one value, right, it will take this as the end value. So here I am what I'm saying. Start from end, go till the 10. So I'm saying starting and the ending by giving commas. But here I'm saying only one number, 10. So if you pass one number, it thinks that it is the end number. So I have to start from 0. I mean start from the beginning, simple it means. So you are saying I need 10 numbers. And if I execute the code, and if I try to find the list of it, okay, and then if I try to calculate the length of it, right, see we are getting 10 values only, because you are saying 10 values I want and it starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values only I am getting, correct. Since pattern starts from 0, that's why we are getting 10 values, and because of that only, whenever you give any end value, right, it always subtract 1. That's the logic. Okay, all right. So you guys have understood about it. So that's why we had values like from 1 till the 9. So 1 comma 10 means 1 till the 9. So this is how you can create a list if you want to. Okay, now the next thing, yeah, even numbers. If you want even numbers, how we can get it? Again, this even number thing is fully game of range only. So as far as we know, range takes the value from starting and the ending. So if I execute the code, I get values from 1 till the 10, I mean 1 till the 9. Now if I pass another value comma 2, what does that mean? Let's see what does that mean. I will not tell you, I will show you. So if I execute the code, you will see I'm getting values 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So what this 2 is doing? Nothing much. It's simply jumping. How it is jumping? So whenever we were sending things like this 1 comma 10, and you were getting values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So by default, whenever you call, like you're mentioning the starting, you're mentioning the ending, that's all you're mentioning. By default, Python takes 1 here. You don't see it in your code, but by default it takes it. Okay, by default it takes it, and that's why you're getting values like this. And you can see the difference between values is only 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the difference? 1, 1, 1. And here what is the difference? 2, 2, 2. So how it jumps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first it shows you 1, and this third value means jump or skip, whatever you want to say. How much I have to jump? So first it will give you this one, 1. Very good. Then jump 2 times. 1 to 2, 1 jump. 2 to 3, another jump. 3. Then fits the 2 times. 3 to 4, 1 jump. 4 to 5, another jump. 5 here. 5 to 6, 1 jump. 6 to 7, another jump. 7 here. Then, sorry, 9 I missed now. Yeah. 7 to 8, 1 jump. 8 to 9, another jump. 9 here. That's how you get values like this. So if you want to jump 2 times, 3 times, 1000 times, just pass the value, it will work. Okay. Okay. And from tuple, I will not show you now. Tuple we discuss on that time. Let's discuss about it. So this is the example, same example. Okay. So what I do, I quickly delete this unnecessary cells. Okay, because later on it will create problem for me. Delete. All right. Okay. So let's talk about some methods. Okay. Again, now I will not write the code. I will just copy paste. So this example we discuss about list with duplicate values. That is perfectly valid. As I said, your list can contain duplicate values as shown here. Dice rolls is a list. Same number can appear multiple times. 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 5, 3, 5. It's all values are shown multiple times here. So now inside list you can call some methods. Okay, and then methods can help you to do something. So what are these methods we are talking about? So I have a dice rows list like this where I have values 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 2, 6, 5, 3, 5. Great. I can call dice underscore rows dot. So whenever you call any method, you have to give a dot. And in my Google Colab, in your Google Colab, it will come like this, which is very good thing. And if you forget, ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini, go Google, no issues. But few methods are like you can keep in your mind because these are the methods are very widely used. Multiple times you will use it. That's why we're talking about it. Okay. And trust me, if you use these methods daily, I mean you practice it daily, you do multiple projects, right? These methods you can keep in your mind. You don't have to even do Google. Okay. For someone who is doing Python for the first time, you may think how I can recall everything. It's just about use it daily. It will be in your mind like that. So I'm saying count 1. So what will be the count? I mean this code is saying count how many times 1 occurred inside this list. So guys, how many times 1 occurred inside this list? Just count. So if I execute this code, I'm getting 2 times. This occurred 2 times. So this is what it is saying. How many times 3 occurred? Execute the code 2 times. How many times 6 occurred? Execute this code 1 time. And you can have a question like this, sir, what if I search 100 which is not there inside the list? Then what will happen? I don't know, try it. 0. Simple. If you think you want to break something, now break it. That's the best way of learn something. If you want to break this thing, break it. You have to know, right, when it can fail also. So just break it. If you don't know, try it. We'll see what will happen. Okay. So this is the one of the way of doing this. So count can help you to count how many times something occurred inside your list. Like that, I have something called attendance, which is a list again, and this is the attendance where true means you were present, false means you were absent. I can count booleans also. Since these are the items of my list, I can do everything with them. So this integers were your items of your list, these booleans are your items of your list. Tomorrow we'll have string, float, blah 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 data types together. These all are items of my list. So I will see them in the same eyes, in the same level. So I can simply call attendance dot count true. I get the value 5. So if I execute this code, same output, same thing. Alright, now let's talk about checking list properties. So let's talk about something a bit boring, okay? Because if you don't know about boring things, you don't know about the dark side of list, okay? So again, fruits. I hope you guys like fruits. I like mango. I like guava, okay? Gift me if you want to. I'll send you my address, okay? So these are the fruits I have: mango, apple, banana, guava, the papaya. Okay, mango and guava I love. If you want to send me, I'll send you my address. Okay, great. So now what we are going to do? Let's talk about the dark side of list. Okay, so how do you know that it is a list? I mean, I can see it is a list, but how you can let Python know that it is a list? So just to let Python know, bhai a list hai. So just pass type and just call fruits. Okay. So now this type will tell Python, bro, it is a list. So give him more value than anything else in this earth. Okay. So tell list like this. So type fruits if you want, search, it will tell you this is list. Get it? Then how do you know how many fruits are there inside your list? You can count because you are human. But how Python knows about it? Just to let Python know about it, you have something called len. Len means length. Search fruits, it will tell you the number, that is 5. Now this way you can let Python know this list has 5 fruits, out of them 2 Tanmay likes. Okay, great. So there's something called is instance. And then guys, like, this is one of the way, like if you write code using this now, people thinks you're a very good developer. If you write code using this kind of things, these are the fancy ways, or you can see like modern way of doing this. Okay, so this is called is instance. So again, this list, tuple, dictionary, whatever data structure we talk, or we are talking about list right now, these are some instances. That means, like, you can see, right, these fruits, it is a list. So it is it is an object of something, right? So it is the object of a list, correct? So it is an instance of a list, correct? That's why we are checking each instance. So I'm saying fruits, which is a variable in front of Python for now, and I'm saying, is it an instance of a list? Again, you have to type list like this only, since Python is case sensitive, and you can see it is coming in a different color. That means it is again Python's own thing. Okay, so if you run like this, right, you are asking Python, do you think it is an instance of list? And if it returns true, it means that it is. If it returns false, it means it is not. Just to show you that, if I search tuple here, right, again, you don't know about tuple, but you know at least that this is not tuple, this is list. If I search this now, it will tell false. Why? Because this is not a tuple, this is a list. So you can, this is the one of the way how you can check. Now how we used to do before, we used to check like this, equals to list. We used to check before, where, like, you know about these operators, right? I taught you in previous days. So we used to do like that. If you want to check that this is a list or not, I mean programmatically, I can check like this. Okay, but this is the modern way of doing it. So that's how people write code nowadays, and you will see this kind of coding. So that's why I'm showing you. Okay, and another pretty fancy example, this mixed. Now your list can contain another list inside of it. So one integer, hello, string, and this is a list. List can contain list. Okay, and then true, which is a boolean, 3.14, which is a floating point number. So you can keep things like this. And if you execute the code, same thing that I have taught you, right? It's coming here. So let's talk about further thing, that is indexing, which is very interesting thing. Indexing, accessing elements. So every elements in a list has an index, okay, and its position number. Like, Python supports two types of indexing: positive indexing, which you count from the left side and starting from 0; negative indexing, which counts from the right side and starting from -1. And accessing an index that doesn't exist raises an index error. If you are trying to search some position which is not there, you will get an error. Like in real world, if you try to get a position of some job which doesn't exist, no one will give you that job, right? Like that. So yeah, so let's discuss about it. Before coming into this one, let's understand through this visual. So this list, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and today is Tuesday. Great. I even forgot that today is Tuesday. So if I really need to do indexing in a positive way, the simple way of doing that is 0, which is the first position. As I discussed inside Python, thing starts from 0. So this is in 0th position. This is in 1st position. 2, 3, correct, it will go till the end. Okay. And if you want to do it negatively, come start from here. So this end one starts from -1, then -2, then -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Okay, this is the way. So now let's discuss about it. This is a list where planets names are mentioned, like Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So soon I will be buying one flat in Mars. I will invite you folks. Okay, so let's try to find the index of Mars, because by end of the year I am going to buy a flat in Mars. So if I want to know what is the position of Mars here, I can use indexing to do that. So let's find my new planet where I'm going to live from by the next year. Okay, so Mars. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is in 3 or third position, right? And if I want to search that, how I can search that? Now to search that, what I need to do? Search planets. Then planets. Then 3. So it will tell me the name of the planet, which is there in the 3 position. I don't know why it is taking time to execute. Sometimes it takes a bit time. Mars came. Okay. If I want to get the Jupiter, it's 4. If I get the Saturn, it's 5. If you want to get the Mercury, it's 0. Likewise, if I need to do it negatively, so what is the index of Neptune? What is the index of Neptune negatively, guys? Think. What can be the index of Neptune negatively? So -1. Neptune. What is the index of Venus negatively? Think. Let's count. -7. Venus. So this is the way you can find your favorite planet where you are planning to buy your own flat. Okay. If anyone interested to buy a flat in Mercury, please contact me. I have a good broker who can help you out. Okay. Great. Nice. And now let's talk about these things, and we know right now till this point, right? So these things we know now. Same thing. Okay. So now there is another example. I'm checking if planets fourth. So this is positive indexing. Planets fourth value and planets minus fourth value, are they the same? What do you think? Planets 4 value positively, planets 4 value negatively. Will they be same? Let's find the answer. Yes, they can be same. So in the example shown here. Great. So indexing in real world examples. So in the leaderboard I have few names: Alice, Bob, Charlie, Diana, Eve. Okay, and I am trying to create the leaderboard for them. So how the leaderboard is, so the first name means the first place, second name means the second place, third name means the third place. So using the indexing I can simply find the leaderboard, like I'm doing it here: leaderboard 0, leaderboard 1, leaderboard 2, leaderboard -1. So I got Alice first, Bob second, Charlie third, Eve got last place. Okay, so Alice will get iPhone, Bob will get Samsung, Charlie will get Redmi, Eve will get Nokia. Okay, now another example: cricket scorecard, last item is always the most recent. So if I really see the cricket scorecard, 6, then 8, then 14, then 7, then 12, then 9, then 18, then 11. Okay, so if I calculate it like this, right? So over scores will give me the first value, I mean 0, run in first over. Then -1 runs in latest over, because this is the latest over number. Last number is the latest number, right, in our case. So -1 can give us the latest number, and using length we can calculate the length of the list. See, we are getting it here. Great. All right, now we'll discuss about the index error. So as I said, there are brighter side and darker side of something that we learned. Let's talk about the darker side again. So something called colors, it has red, green, blue. Okay, and this is the list. So what if I want to find about the red color? So what is the index of red? 0. 0 here. What is the index of blue? 2. What is the index of blue? -1. So one position can be reflected with 0, I mean positively. Another can be mentioned as negatively, no problem. But tell me guys, is there any fifth position there in this list? Fifth position, is there any fifth position there in this list? No, right? No fifth position there in this list. So we'll get an error called index error. So what is this try and except is happening? So for now, let me write this code without try and except, so that you guys can see when you get error, and you should learn how to fix errors. Fine. It's saying index error, list index out of range. It means what? It means simple, that the index that we provided, this is out of range. That means that it doesn't exist. So this is the error you will always get, and remember this kind of errors. So this kind of errors, if you can remember in your mind, you can easily understand that what does these things mean. Okay, great. What is this try and except has happened here? I will not explain now, we have a separate session on this, I will discuss there. Okay, now there's something called safe way to access, check before accessing. So whenever what happens now, whenever we write code, I mean not only in these cases, but whenever we write code in general for production or for somewhere which will be used by your customers or stakeholders, right? We always keep one safe check before doing any activities. Let it be any connect with any APIs, let it be any calculations. We know, right, that what kind of inputs I expect to do this kind of processing, to do this kind of activity. They always write some safeguard before doing this activity, so that if the expected inputs are not coming, at least I can write something instead of throwing the error, right? Because we as a developer understand Python errors, but for the someone who doesn't know the coding, they are just using your product or using your software, they will not understand what error we are getting. Like you get in EPFO portal this kind of errors, Java code error, I don't know who wrote the code in EPFO, but they throws error like Java code error, but someone non-tech will not understand what that error means, right? So what we do, that key, we always write some simple text, that okay, because of this we got errors, because of this I expected this types of input, but I got this types of input, that's why I got the error. So the user will understand, okay, I provided the wrong information, that's why I got this error. But if you do not do this kind of things, then at the end your product will not sustain in the market, because user doesn't want to wait. They don't have time, they don't have even milliseconds time to wait on your thing, and they will do the blah blah things. Okay, that's why we always do the safe check or safe access. So you can see something called index to access 5. So what I'm looking for, I'm looking for accessing index 5. And now before checking, even what I'm checking, I know if my list contains something, it must be having some value, I mean the length value, right? It must be having some length value. So I am checking if the value is 0 less than equal to the index I am trying to access, and less than length of the colors. So if it sees that this section is coming false, that means the index I am trying to access doesn't exist. So why do you throw an error, right? Just print now, it doesn't exist. Like if this condition is becoming false, it will come here and it will print is out of range for a list of length. This like this, if execute, see, okay, I will get an error for this. I have to comment this one out and execute. Yeah, see, it is saying index 5 is out of range for a list of length 3. Now don't you guys see, is this a good thing to understand for you also? Even you are a developer, but still isn't it a good thing to understand? Simple English, right? That 5 is out of range for a list of length 3. But if you see that kind of big error with red mask, do you think you really understand about it? Right, everyone? So that's why you always do this kind of checking whenever we do anything. Okay. Okay. Now another example regarding loop. Now before starting about loop, what I do, I'll open the control flow wala notebook, and I'll explain there first, then I will come here and explain you the further things. Okay everyone? Okay, so again we came back to our previous notebook that we discussed in the last recording. So I taught there till while loop, and I did not teach you for loop because I was waiting till list. So now let me teach you for loop. Now for a for loop, what we need to do? So again, for loop works like a while loop, but there's a difference. While loop needs some reason, some condition that will become true, then only it will run. If it doesn't, then it will not run. Likewise, we have for loop, but for loop doesn't run on condition. Okay, so for loop iterates over any iterable list, string, dictionary, range, file, generator. So you guys need to know few terms. Okay, like iterable, what does that mean? Like a list, again, what is string, you know, what is list, you know, what is range, you know. You don't know dictionary and all, we discuss, but list, string, range, you know. So what does it mean? Iterable is something on which I can loop, I can jump one at a time. That thing's called as list. So list has items, right? Multiple items, so I can jump through them. String has characters, I can jump through them. Range gives me multiple values, so I can jump through them. That's why I tell them as iterables. Okay, so that's why we talk about iterables. So now let me first show you. This is the same example. Range 5 will give you values from 0 to 4. Range 2, 8 gives you value from 2 to 7. Range 0, 20, 4 will give you value like 0, 4, 8, 12, 6, 16. Why? Because it always gives you 4 times gap, like it is showing here. And there's something called negative range value that you can do that I forgot to show you. Let me show you here. So far what we are telling, I starts from 0, go till 20, jump 4 times. And when you want to do it negatively, right, that means you want to do it in descending manner. So if you want to do descending manner, then mention this descending also. That start from 0, I mean start from 10, go till 0. But if you try like this now, like let me see, let me show you 10, 0. Do you think this code will work, guys? Do you think this code will work? Let's try. If I say list here like this, no, it doesn't work. Because as I said, by default it takes comma 1. It's seeing that okay, this man is asking start from 0, go till 0. Sorry, start from 10, go till 0. And then he's asking one time. Is he mad? No, he's not mad. He forgot to give -1. Now if I try it will work. Again, if you see the same logic is happening, I told you always, it will always do subtract 1 from the end. So in my case, end was 0, correct? And it did 0 -1. So 0 -1, if you know the maths, 0 -1 means -1. So that's why I'm getting 1 here. Is that clear? If you want, you can do like this also. It will still work. Great. So now let's come to loop. So what happens in loop? Again, this is a list: fruits, apple, banana, cherry. And now I'm running a for loop. Now, instead of showing you the pre-written code, I'll write the code in front of you. So what I'm saying, now first thing, I am running a loop. That means first I show apple, first I get apple, then I get banana, then I get cherry. So you know, inside Python, whenever I need to store some value for some time or for any amount of time, I always need a variable. So just for that only, I am creating something called fruit. So because I want to for loop, so for then fruit. What is fruit? It is a variable which will contain these values one at a time. First it will contain apple, then it will contain banana, then it will contain cherry. Why I need it? Just to contain it. Then what I do, it's my choice, but I need to store it for somewhere, then only I can use it. Since I am using fruits as a list and I am running a loop on top of it, so I found fruit will be the good name of the variable. So for fruit, in fruits, okay, if I print fruit, nothing much I do, just simply the print fruit. So first fruit contain apple, then fruit contain banana, then fruit contain cherry. Okay, likewise I can run a loop on top of a string also, like for character in Tanmay, print char. Okay, अरे यार char. See, so we can run loop on top of this. Since string is iterable, I told you, right? That's why we can run a loop on top of it. That's why we are running a loop here. Okay, again tuple example I will not discuss now. So far we are good here. In dictionary example I will not discuss now. Okay, let me discuss something more about a loop here, for loop here. So I have fruits list. So this is one of the way how you can loop through list. One of the way. I'll show you another way. What is that way? I'll show you another two ways, okay, to run a loop on top of your list. So the way is, what is the length of fruits, guys? What is the length of fruits, sorry. 3 is the length of the fruit. I got 3. And what is the index of apple? Or what is the position of the apple? What is the position of the banana? Position of the cherry? So 0, 1, 2. Great. So why don't you use that idea? For I in range length of fruits. So what is the value of length of fruits? 3. What does that mean? 3, this range 3. If I give range 3, how many values I get? 0, 1, 2. Since range 3, we provided one value, and if it's one value, Python takes it as the end value, and Python starts from 0, and it always subtract 1 from the end. So 3 minus 1, 2, and Python starts from 0. So I get 0, 1, 2. And if that's the case, if I simply print fruits, again fruits is my list, and how do I do indexing? I do like this, and here I provide 0 or 1 or 2. Now I provide I, because this value will change. First 0 will come, then 1 will come, then 2 will come. Execute this code. I got my values. Now if I talk about the further option, another option I have, that is called enumerate. Again enumerate niche hai, I'll discuss, but again I am just discussing now. For I, okay, first I'll just call enumerate like this. Okay, I pass the fruits. So what happens? Enumerate is nothing but it will create an object inside your memory. Okay, so what enumerate does, it returns you two things. Enumerate, first thing is the index. Like in my case I have fruits which has 3 values. It returns two things, one the value and the index, like 0 comma apple, then it will 1 comma banana, 2 comma cherry. Sorry, it will always return you answers like this: 0 apple, 1 banana, 2 cherry. Okay, so that's what enumerate does. So this is another way of doing the same thing. Now since enumerate returns 2 values, so how many variables I need while calling the loop or while using the for loop? Two variables. So let me give the variable. For I need 2 variables, so idx, these are the indexes, so idx, then fruit. In enumerate fruits, print idx comma fruit. Just for beautification, just do like this. Same thing we are getting, just another way of doing it. So same example mentioned below here, same thing. Okay, another thing that is called zip. What is zip? I can discuss. So let's say I want to run a loop. Very good, I want to run a loop, no problem. But I want to run a loop with these three lists together. That means in my first occurrence, I want to go with Alice 92 excellent together. In my second occurrence, I want to go with Bob 85 good together. In my third occurrence, I want to go Carol 78 average together. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible using zip method or zip function. So how this thing work? Nothing much, simple thing. So first of all I call zip. So whom I want to zip? I want to zip names, I want to zip scores, I want to zip remarks. Great. Tell me guys, since I want two values together, Alice 92 excellent. So in one occurrence I am containing three values, and if I need to contain three values I will need three variables. So for that, for name, score, remark in zip, I print name, comma, comma, score, comma, comma, remark. See, it's working together. It took Alice 92 excellent, it took Bob 85 good, it took Carol 70 average. If I want to go with multiple lists together, use zip to do that. As simple as that. Now the question is, what if I do like this? So that means it has three values, it has three, it has two values. What will happen? Let's try now. So it only did till good, because after that for Kerala it got data, for scores it got data, but for remarks it did not find data. That's why it ran till this second occurrence. Now I talk about nested loops. Okay, what is nested loop thing? Okay, so what we do in nested loop, if I explain, so for that I'll show you through visual, but let me write the code first. For I in range 1 comma 10, for j in range 2 comma 10, print I multiplied by j, and I execute, I get some answer. Now you guys will not understand why I got this answer. Let's understand. So this is the example of nested loop. Nested loop means what? Loop inside loop. That is called nested loop. And how this loop works, I will explain you through one visual. And the name of the visual was Python visual, Python tutorial. I always forget the name of this. So I'll explain you through this. Visualize the execution. Okay. So first, what is happening? So first we are simply doing for I in range 1 comma 10. So 1 comma 10, right? Next, I value is 1. Focus on this. Since range 1 comma 10, so it will be taking values from 1 till the 9. Good. Now it came inside the ith loop. Now inside my ith loop I have jth loop, that is my inner loop, and it values also starts from 2 comma 10, that means 2 till 9. Great. So now this came inside the jth loop. So the jth value starts from 2, so jth value is 2. So now if I do I multiplied by j, answer will be 2, printed 2. Now it did not go back to I again, it go back to j again. That's the difference. It will not go back to I again, it will go back to j again. Now what will happen? It will complete the jth loop first. I will again explain. Whenever you're calling a loop, right? Whenever we are calling a loop, if you think how we used to, we are used to like code like this, right? For I in range 1 comma 10, print I. So what is happening? I wrote this code, then inside that I am waiting the completion of the inner code. Is not it, guys? I am running the loop, so for each I value I am waiting for completing of my below code, right? Same logic is happening here. For the ith loop, inside it there is a jth loop, and I doesn't care about it. It will wait till the completion of the inner loop. In my case, inside my ith loop I have another loop, right? So it will wait till the completion of this loop first. That's why first it has started with I1, then it came inside this loop. So inside I there is a jth loop. So again it went inside j. J starts from 2 as per the range given. I got the printed value 2. So now it can go back to jth loop because it has to complete the jth loop first. Once jth loop will end, then only it will go back to the ith loop again. So now next jth value will be 3. Since it starts from 0, it will go till the 9. So now 1 multiplied 3 what? 3. Again jth value will be 4. Jth value will be 5. Jth value will be 6, 7, 8, 9. Done, complete. Jth loop is done. Now it will go back to ith loop. Since jth loop is done, completed, now it will go back to ith loop. So ith value will be 2 now. Again it will come inside this. Now again jth loop will run from 2 till 9. Again see, now I value 2, j value 2. So multiplication is 4. Then again jth value 3, ith value 2. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Same logic, same logic, same logic. So once this is 9 again, it will come here, it will check, okay, I am done. It will go back to ith loop again. Again ith value will be 3. Now for 3i, this j will run from 2 till 9 again, like this. And it will keep on multiplying and show you the output. Okay, so this is same logic is here. If I show you below, below, yes, same logic. So this is why we are creating the multiplication table. Nothing much, we are creating the multiplication table by creating like this. Again, we are multiplying row multiplied by column. We are just simply creating some indentation, right and left indentation we are creating in this code. Nothing much. Okay, you don't have to know how this code is working. We'll discuss when we discuss about further topics. Okay, so this is all about the for loop so far. Again, we will discuss more about for loop through the assignments that will be given. You guys can practice loop through the assignment. Okay, and we will discuss, if you guys are stuck into the assignments, then we will discuss about it. Now I will complete this notebook. As discussed that I will complete this notebook. Okay, and as per the timing I can see, I don't think we can study tuple today. We will complete list today. Okay, all right. So something called break, continue, pass, that we did not study in our last session. So again, break simply it means that exit the loop immediately. When you want to stop a loop forcefully or you want to exit the loop immediately, you can use break. If you want to skip any certain part of your loop, you can use continue. If you want to do nothing for something, you can use pass. We will understand through the examples. So I have something called data. Data has values like 10, 25, 3, minus 7, 42, minus 1, 99. Okay. And I'm running a loop for num in data. So num value will be 10, 25, 3, minus 7, 42, minus 1, 99. Like this it will keep on going, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm running this loop, no problem. Then I'm checking if number is less than 0. If number is less than 0. So here in this case it will come. If the number is less than 0, if this becomes true, it will print that found negative number stopping search. We call break. Break means it will exit the for loop immediately. So in between if I want to exit my loop, I can use this kind of break logic to do that. Okay. So if I exit the code, you see it. See, it's showing checking 10, checking 25. It was calling this method. Okay. Then it has printed found negative number minus 7. So as soon as it found this number, so as soon as num become minus 7, this condition became true and it stopped the loop using break. Okay. So same for while loop. It runs like while true. It will do the multiplication, and once the square value become more than 50 and the remainder of dividing by 7 is become 0, I am saying found n square equals to square, breaking the loop. See, so it found 14 square equals to 196, so they became same, so I got the answer as ended. So it broke the loop in between. So continue means what? Skip something. You can see I'm writing a loop for n in range 1 comma 11 for n in range 1 comma 11. Then I am checking if my n divided by 2 equals to 0. No, that means modulus. This is called modulus. And if I divide n by 2, am I getting 0 as remainder? Which is true, I am getting 0 as remainder. So continue. So I am saying go directly to next iteration. So I am saying if this condition becoming true, then don't do anything. Go back to the for loop again. Nothing much. It will not print anything. It will not execute this line. If I say continue, no, it will not execute anything after this line. It will again go back to the for loop. See? Series printing 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Why? Because whenever it is becoming true, right, it is not printing anything from here. That's called continue. Likewise, you can see another good example of continue. So I have something called sensor readings. So I got sensor readings values like 23.5, then none, then 21.0, minus 999, 24.1, none, and this. And invalid sentinel is minus 999. So what I am doing, I want to find the valid readings. I want to extract the valid readings. Now to extract the valid readings, what I need to do, I am creating an empty list. Okay. So what I am doing, I am running a loop here. And I am checking if reading is none. Since this is running a loop on sensor readings, so reading will contain the values 23.5, then none, then 21.0, then minus 999, like this, right? So it will execute, it will check. If reading is none, then do skip plus equal to 1. So it will increase the skip value. Skip value becomes 0 now. So it will increase the skip value and continue. That means if you find none, then do anything here. Again go back to the loop again. So if it finds the reading value equals to invalid sentinel, that means if it finds the reading value is minus 999, which is already there in my code or in my list, it will again skip and will add with the skip value. And then only reach here if reading is valid. Now if none of them becoming true, for these values 23.5, 21.0, minus 999, 24.1, it will do valid readings not append. So valid readings is a empty is an empty list, and append is a method that can help you to add values inside list. Again, I discuss more about append tomorrow when I complete the further list topic. But valid readings, when I call, so valid readings will give you the value. So valid readings is empty now, and when I am calling valid readings dot append, so it will append the values inside my list. So value become reading here. Okay, reading became the value, and then I am simply calculating the average by calculating the length and sum, and this is the answer. See, so valid readings I got 23.5, 21.0, 24.1, 22.8, 23.0. Skipped 4. Average temperature 22.88 degrees centigrade. It is calculated the average of it. So sum, if I call sum valid readings, it is a list, right? So on top of list, I can call few methods, like I can call length, right? Length will give me the length. Likewise, if your list contains the numbers, you can call sum. If you call sum valid readings, it will give you the all the addition values of all this. Okay, so by calculating this, I got the average value. Another thing called pass. What is pass? I know you may not know about define, you may not know about class. Just for your understanding, I am showing you. Pass simply means let you write empty blocks. Python requires at least one statement. So whenever you are creating something that you do it later, like here I have created one function called process payment. Placeholder function. I will not do anything with that now, but just I am creating for my ease of use. Okay. So such case I am calling it pass, because if you keep it empty like this, Python will throw error. That's why I'm calling pass. If you call pass, Python will do nothing. It will do nothing. It simply doesn't throw any error. That's how we do like this. So sometimes whenever we create some placeholder inside our code, such cases we just provide pass, just to create something that I use later, that I edit later. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is another example of real world example of break continue together. So let's say I have the user database. Okay, in my user database I have one dictionary kind of thing. Again, I think dictionary I cannot teach you now. Okay. Okay. Okay, this part I will not teach you unless we complete the list, because if I don't complete the list, I cannot teach you this part. This part you may not understand unless I complete the list. Okay. So once I complete the list tomorrow, then I will come back to this rest of the part in this notebook, and I will teach you the rest of the part. Okay everyone.